So this reading is for my chosen one, Earth Angel, and the people that know that they have a bigger purpose on this planet. First thing I want to know is, are we doing okay? Are you guys coping? Is everything okay? Is everything fine? Because the energy has been chaotic. Okay, the energy here has been chaotic for the collective. You guys have been going through the dark night of the soul, okay, which also comes with an ego death. So the start of 2025, you may have felt like you're out of control. You may have felt like problems keep arising, there's so much conflict around, okay, there's ending going on, right? There's people hurting you, there's people betraying you, right? You may feel like you cannot control your emotions. And again, this had everything to do with you going through this dark night of the soul. Now, this can feel like depression. I actually have some signs I'm going to read for you guys, so it can identify whether you're going through this or not. So you may feel extreme sadness with no explanation as to why you're sad. Uncontrollable crying, right? Like just you're crying and you don't know why you're crying and you just cannot stop, right? Another sign is feeling empty, loss of motivation in activity you once enjoyed, a loss of appetite or a need to binge eat, insomnia or sleeping too much, no desire for sex or any creativity, right? Increased use of drugs or alcohol or anything to cope, okay? The need to withdraw from social relationships and the desire to isolate, poor personal hygiene, mood swings, nightmares, body ache, headache, problems with digestion, feelings of feeling unworthy, right? Feeling like you have no energy as well, and then even some very negative thoughts that you don't usually see. So if you've had these symptoms and you're acting out of character, just know that you're going through the dark night of the soul. That is why everything is so chaotic at the moment, and what is happening now is through this energy you are being met with so many triggers. You are being met with the trauma that you have suppressed, okay? Anything that you need to shed, anything from the version of you that you no longer want to embody, that you're not happy with, okay, that you feel like no longer serves you, you are shedding that, okay? You're being met with past versions of yourself, especially from 10 years ago. So you're being met from trauma that you thought you healed, okay? Chaos is happening. You're feeling left out. You're feeling out in the cold. And also, with you feeling left out, okay, you have to understand that you also, this is within your mind, okay? You have an urge to isolate, and don't get me wrong, this may be coming up in your 3D, okay? So you may feel this, but you also feel it. It's almost like a fear or a trigger within you, right? So I am getting with the Five of Wands as well, like people have been fighting with you, and it's like you cannot catch the break. Okay. Yeah, so also old belief systems, the old way of doing things, that no longer resonate with you and you are shedding it. Okay? And again, it feels like you're being hit with one thing after another. And again, you need to hear this message, because once you realize that you're going through the dark night of the soul, and once you realize that this is a spiritual thing, you will then be able to identify the traumas that are coming up. And I just mean 444 on the timer. The traumas that come up, you can identify anything that trigger you, okay? Anything that's coming up and you're feeling, take note of it. okay? If you're feeling insecure, excuse me, if you're feeling insecure, right? Take note of it. Ask yourself why. These things are coming up, and these are things that have been suppressed. These things are coming up, so then you can now let them go. And I promise that even if it's like while you're watching this and you're still going through this energy, right? And it feels really rough and it feels really tiring and you just feel like you have no energy. I promise that when you come out of this, okay, when you shed this ego and you kind of address the issues that are coming up instead of ignoring that, you're going to look at life from a whole different perspective, right? You are stepping into a whole new energy, a whole new version of yourself, a very spiritual version of yourself, a very aligned version of yourself. So you may have people telling you off, you may have people yelling at you, you may have people saying to you your negative, what you seek, okay, your negative mindset. Even if you don't wake up every single day and you don't think this every day, you have very strong insecurities that are coming up, okay? Things that you think about yourself, other people are now saying it to you, right? The way that you have been treating yourself, other people are now treating you this way, okay? Now, you are somebody that you have had a very hard time focusing on yourself. You have had a hard time putting yourself first, right? With Dark Night of the Soul, it's literally showing you how powerful you really are, okay? Not just powerful, but it's almost like showing you what you need to address. So, is somebody coming at you and they're really rude or they say something mean to you, ask yourself if you feel this way about yourself, okay? And it could be really deep down. But you need to understand that right now, everyone is reflecting your mindset. Everyone is reflecting these triggers, okay? And again, you may feel like you cannot cope, okay? You may feel like you cannot listen to your intuition. Maybe you don't even feel your spirit guide around you at the moment. And I do see that it's almost like you've had to focus on what's going on around you instead of, you know, calming yourself down, listening to your intuition. So right now, you are basically not in the right energy to listen to your intuition or to even hear your intuition, right? You're not in this right mindset. You're not in the right energy. Now, you have no idea the spiritual awakening, actually in 818, that's it coming out of this, okay? You are about to shed years worth of trauma. You are shedding, okay? All these emotions coming up, all these things that are triggering you, they are coming up so then you can shed it, okay? You may even feel when you are, say you're crying, you know, or you're very emotional, after you have stopped, you may feel a lot lighter because again, you are releasing years worth of trauma from your body, right? And not just trauma, but years worth of mindset that no longer serve you, okay? If you have negative thoughts about yourself, these things are coming up right now, right? And I do think that you feel attacked, like you feel like people are attacking you, or it's like you cannot catch a break, okay? Maybe you're walking outside and people are yelling at you. Maybe you're walking outside or like you're having issues in your personal relationship. People are fighting with you, right? So you have to understand that it's like all this energy at the moment is reflecting things that you have either experienced or things that mindset that you have picked up on yourself or created for yourself that you no longer resonate with, right? For some of you, the way that you're reacting is very reminiscent to how you used to react, okay? Not the current version of you, but an old version of you, right? So even things that you have healed in the past are coming up, especially if they're not fully healed. And things were acting as a trigger. Now, as I mentioned, even things that you've healed, okay? Trauma that you have gone through, you are now reliving them. Because, again, you need to understand that this is so you can identify exactly what you need to heal. And just by living it out and then understanding that this is the dark night of the soul and you're going through an ego death, and on the other side, in a brand new perspective, this is like shedding years of trauma that has been holding you back, right? And even with could I have a high priestess here with that, right? So these are things that you were not even aware of. These are things that are very, they're secrets, okay? Things that you've been holding on to, and actually in 1111, that you were not even aware of are coming up, right? And you are about to have not just one epiphany. This is not just one spiritual awakening. This is multiple new perspectives, new ways of thinking, okay? Multiple spiritual awakenings, okay? It's like you're getting so many downloads. And for a long time, your intuition, your spirit guides, it's like you couldn't get through to your intuition or your spirit guide because you had fallen into a lower vibration while you were going through this dark night of the soul, right? But as soon as you come out of it, your third eye is more active than ever, okay? Your intuition is more on point than ever, okay? And it's like you wake up and you're a whole different person as you see 12/12, okay? And any way that you've been acting that is not aligned with the highest version of yourself, you are being met with right now, okay? So even if you're going out and people are yelling at you or they're saying bad things to you, or you have an argument with a friend or something and they're saying all these terrible things to you, remember that they are just reflecting a way that you have felt about yourself, even if you don't know about it, even if you're not conscious about it, because a lot of this is your subconscious, right? A lot of this is things that you've picked up, okay? Or, for example, maybe you've picked up the belief that you need to be insecure, okay? Or you need to fit the beauty standard. Maybe you've picked up on that belief because it's been literally sent down your throat, okay, in every single way for years. That is something that's like a belief that everybody has because it's literally been sent to us, right? That if we don't fit the beauty standard, that, well, we're not beautiful, or, we have to be insecure, or if we don't look like a certain person, then we have to be insecure, like that is the person, that is the beauty standard, right? Or if say you're a man watching this, okay, and if you are not masculine, okay, then, if you're crying, that's not masculine. That's another thing that's been thrown down people's throats. Or if you don't, if you're not like somebody that goes to the gym every single day, or if you don't look strong, then you're not masculine, okay? So it could even be the belief that you necessarily, and it's just in 14, you don't really feed into them or you didn't create them, but because you live in the society, right, you have picked up on that, okay? It's become a part of your subconscious. So again, things that are coming up right now, everyone is reflecting what you need to share. Remember that. Everyone is reflecting what you need to share. And even if you're in the very hard, you cannot see, because I am getting who I'm speaking to, you're still in this, okay? You cannot really see the bigger picture. You cannot see why it's happening. Maybe you feel like your life is falling apart. Maybe you feel like you can't connect to your intuition anymore, or maybe you feel like that you're losing it, or you're like spiraling out of control, right? And this feeling right now, like you're meant to feel it, okay? But even if you're feeling this right now and you cannot see the bigger picture, or you cannot see the other side, I promise that you will look back on every single thing that happened, that has happened, and you will have a series of downloads, okay? A series of epiphanies. And as soon as you have the series of epiphanies and downloads, you will feel completely different. Like, it's like you become a different person. And what you will feel, for one, you're going to have so much more wisdom, and you're going to be so much more connected to your intuition and your spirit guide. You also, this is strengthening your intuition. Whoever I'm picking up on, like, you are about to be connected to your spirit guide in a way that you've never been connected to them before. Okay? You're about to feel a lot lighter. You're about to have so much more energy. You're about to, and the biggest thing here is the fact that you haven't been focusing on yourself, right? Even if you thought that you were focusing on yourself, you are being shown right now that you haven't been. And you put more value on other people, right? Even if you cannot see this is a big thing that's coming up for this collective, the focus, right? Because your energy is so powerful and you do not realize it. Like, maybe you get it, that it's like a little bit powerful, maybe you get that, but you don't realize the extent of this power, right? You're being shown it right now, because you're being shown that you've never really focused on yourself. You've always put other people above you. You've never really listened to yourself. But it's that type of energy where, for example, say you think about something, maybe you have a download of something, maybe you see something in one way, but then you don't really think that until somebody else confirms it, right? So even if you're somebody that's very intuitive, maybe you're very intuitive and you and me, your download, and your spirit guide communicate with you, but then you're that person that feels like that you need to go to a psychic to confirm it, right? So that's also a sign that you're not really focused on yourself, that you don't really believe and trust in yourself. A lot of people are conditioned to put other people on the pedestal, right? To follow the crowd, okay? But through this whole experience, you are realizing just how powerful you are. You are realizing that you haven't really been focusing on yourself, you've been focusing on other people. You will put yourself on the back burner for other people. Why this is bad? Because whoever I'm speaking to, this collective has a very important purpose, okay? And with the High Priestess here and the Hierophant, it makes me feel like you are somebody that you speak to people's souls, okay? You are somebody that, you could even be a teacher. With the Hierophant here, it could be like a teacher, therapist, even like a doctor or something. But you are somebody, and I'm also getting more Hierophant. So you are somebody that, through your knowledge, through your wisdom, right, especially your experiences, you are able to teach other people, help other people, okay? So again, remember that this is all, for one, we're going through years worth of trauma that is shedding, years worth of beliefs that don't resonate with you, okay? People are also leaving. People that no longer resonate with you are leaving, okay? And you need to really trust the process. Also, in this situation, the best advice that I can give you is to reparent yourself, because even your destructive behaviors would be coming up right now, okay? How you act when you're in these emotional states, how you act when you're on a low vibration, it's almost like, okay, I don't know why, I just literally my mind went blank. I lost my train of thought. But anyway, whoever I'm picking up on here, you've been holding on to a lot of things unconsciously, okay? You've been holding on to a lot of trauma beliefs, okay, that have not been serving the highest version of yourself. And it is very important right now that you are taking care of yourself, okay? And this is what I was saying actually. The way that you are treating yourself when you're in this emotional state sends a lot, okay? It also could be a trauma response. If you are somebody that, okay, say that you, as I mentioned with the signs of dark night of the soul, a lot of people will fall into addiction, okay? Alcohol addiction, drug addiction, other addiction that just distract them, right? And a way of coping, which is doing nothing but hurting you, okay? And then with this energy as well, it's like that's a self-destructive behavior, okay? That's like a behavior that hurts you, right? And then if you're doing that, maybe when you're younger, okay, when you were hurt, maybe you went unnoticed, or maybe people, you know, just like put you to the side, okay? And maybe that's why you're treating yourself this way. So again, you really need to take a step back, and even if you can't do it right now because you're in it, that's okay, because the time will come, okay, where you do take a step back and you evaluate the way that you've been acting, the way you've been treating yourself. And it's like, you don't even need to do anything, right? It comes to your attention, and then you heal it, like it's healed, and you feel completely different. These are things that have been going unnoticed that are coming up at the moment, right? So again, there is this energy of this is happening, so this new version of you can step into it, right? Fully step into it. And there are things that you're learning about yourself that you wouldn't even, like, you don't even know that yet. Like, you don't know these things triggered, but you've been operating from, okay? They're coming up. Trauma that you've been operating from, coming up. But right now, you really need to repair yourself. You need to nurture yourself, especially if you're still in the midst of it. You need to take care of yourself, look after yourself, be kind to yourself, because this is a hard thing to go through, okay? This is like all of your trauma coming up at once, and then you're going through an ego death, okay? Even if you thought you didn't operate from the ego, like we all have an ego, and the ego comes to protect, right? So this is a very, very rough thing. When you go through the dark night of the soul, it's a very rough thing, right? And even if it doesn't feel like you're, you know, like a lot going on, in the inside, all your trauma's coming up at once as well. You're also being triggered, or your traumas are coming up at once, right? So there's an energy where it can be hard to see the bigger picture, okay? So you really need to nurture yourself. You need to take care of yourself. At the moment, you need to put yourself first, right? And for some of you, you may find that really difficult because you are so used to putting other people first, making sure other people are okay. But the focus on you is very important because you are very powerful, and you are here to serve other people, help awaken other people as well. And the best way to do that is to go through, like, you need to go through all of this. Like, you don't just wake up and then, you know, you're an earth angel. It doesn't work like that. Okay, you need to go through all of this so you can become the best version of yourself, and then you can help other people. Okay, so I hope this gave you the clarity that you've been searching for, because whoever I'm picking up on, you're going to see this when you are in an emotional state, and this video is going to make you feel a lot better. Like, this is something that will definitely soothe your soul, because you are going to realize exactly what's been going on with you and exactly why it's been going on, right? So again, not going to resonate for everyone. We have strong Taurus with Hierophant here. We also have strong Hierophant in this reading, and that's all. So you don't have to have those signs in your chart with redneck, but there is heavy Taurus and Pisces energy in this reading.